So in an effort to stay in rotation on YouTube, for this video, the topics I'm going to refer to are going to be known as the unicorn, which spreads around and causes people to get sick, and then the cupcake, which is the pushed cure for the unicorn. So the unicorn as used as a population control tool. And this is how it works. So throughout history, the societies have built up, the populations have built up to a point where it becomes a little difficult for the governments of the period to manage the amounts of people. So they manufacture wars, and then these wars happen, and then it eliminates groups of people, and now it gets the population down to a more manageable size. That's kind of where we're at right now. I'm just saying, I'm not saying I believe this, I'm saying groups like World Economic Forum and those unelected officials that participate in meetings like this around the globe every year. Remember, unelected officials. It's unelected officials making health decisions and other things that lead into other usurpations of, is that a word? Of freedoms and liberties. So they come up, the unicorn, right? This is good. We can finally control pillars of society with this. We got our thumb down. This gives us the ability to press our thumb down on everything that we need to with this. Now, instead of manufacturing a war like has been done traditionally and sending off our bravest and strongest men, the strongest of the gene pool to go off and die, they've decided now, why don't we take a different perspective? Let's look at, instead of sending off these people that have gone through the school system and used all these resources and done all this stuff up to a certain age only to be sent off to die. It doesn't make sense to waste all the resources only to do that. So let's take our population control angle a different way. Let's look at babies and children before they have used any resources and been a strain on the societal system. And let's look at elderly people who are done contributing to society and are nothing but a drain on resources. So I believe that's where the cupcakes come into play. So now you get these, and these bakers have never baked a cupcake like this before, so it's kind of an experimental cupcake. So what the cupcakes wound up doing is causing heart attacks in men, right? And menstrual problems with menstrual cycles in women. Gee, that sounds a little bit like population control to me. And, what better way, instead of coming in with war like traditional and leveling everything and then having to rebuild, everything is built up nice. There's no need to come in. You come in this way, in a sort of a seething way, and you seethe up through with all your little ways and things like that as an effort to take over. It's a different approach to war. It's like a modern technological, biological approach to war rather than just straight up destruction. So that's the sort of shift people have to make in their thinking. It's not like, oh, they're doing this, I'm going to run out and buy guns and ammo now because this and that. Meanwhile, you're standing there with your guns and ammo. Meanwhile, behind you and underneath you, all this stuff is just seething up. So it's not a war that's going to be fought with guns and ammo. So save your money when it comes to that. I think this is more of a, like I've mentioned before, there's a whole esoteric side to this. But what we're talking about now is the unicorn and the cupcakes. So the cupcake is the biggest tool that's ever been made for a population control idea and experiment. So just beware of that. Answer everything every circumstance you look at and you go, wow, that doesn't make sense. Why would they make a decision to do something like that? Why would you just want to, if this unicorn's going around that nobody knows and this and that, why would you want to take some kind of experimental cupcake and feed everybody this experimental thing, and you don't even know if the ingredients are good or if people are going to get sick from eating that cupcake? But if you answer that with, population control, then it does make sense to just spread out cupcakes throughout the community willy-nilly without having any sort of research into what are the ingredients inside of this cupcake, and have we seen reactions and responses to people that eat those cupcakes. So that's it. It's kind of weird. I had to redo this. This video is only for YouTube because my Rumble and so far on Instagram, they've been able to leave my original video alone where I use the real terms, and it doesn't kind of throw me off having to talk about unicorns and cupcakes all the time. But there you go. Check the other videos out. You get a more kind of centered version. But there you go. That's for YouTube. Have a nice day. Be safe.